Hey, everybody.
Hi.
You look so happy to be a person. Look at you.
Sorry.
You're sorry to look happy? You don't like looking happy?
No, I'm looking miserable.
Oh, okay.
It's the emo in me.
The emo in you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm with it. Well, 45 seconds in, you got no one. Which isn't surprising, 45 seconds in. We'll give it a bit of time before we start making fun of the Craigslist, and there are a few things to make fun of today. Few things here and there to make fun of. Ooh, we got somebody. Ooh, we got somebody. Hello, somebody. What's that face you're making?
I don't know. Why do you keep criticizing me?
Because you're making weird faces. You're making all the weird faces.
I'm making weird faces.
You are making weird faces.
I make these faces every day of our lives. Maybe you should pay
These
attention.
are the days of our
You
lives.
should pay attention to my face more instead of my butt.
Ah, is that what should happen? But I can't help it. You got a nice butt. I can't help but look at it. Alright, so let's see. So a few things to make fun of. Paintball gun, $75. So this person is selling a Titman 98, 2 barrels, a mask, a CO2 tank, and a hip belt.
Nobody wants your CO2 tanks.
So this mask isn't bad. It's not great by any means, but that looks like a rental mask that you get from the field. Hi, pup.
I wouldn't spend $75 on that.
Well, the Titman's worth, 20, 25. Tank's worth nothing. The barrel's probably
I can
worth
go to Dick's and buy all
5.
that stuff for $30.
You really... No, you can't.
I think it is. I think it's true.
Oh,
I'm sick of you guys selling your paintballs.
This guy's not selling any paintballs.
I know. But I don't want your crappy CO2 tanks, and I don't want your crappy paintballs. Nobody does.
And then this person for $40 is... I think he just reposted. I think we made fun of this one already, but it's a repost.
That mask isn't worth
Look, you gotta
a nickel.
You gotta get yourself a quieter toy here, pup, because that's a little loud.
He likes his ball.
Well, then go in the other room, pup. Yeah, you're too loud. Now, so this mask here, legitimately, that is just plain dangerous to wear on the field. Why anyone
this is the
thinks...
one with the crack in it.
Yeah, why anyone thinks they can sell that is beyond me.
Was it $40 last week? I feel like it was more last week.
I'm not sure. But in any case,
Nobody wants your core
that's worth
mask.
maybe $1. And
What's that for $150?
we went over this one already. You remember this?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I thought that it was good for $150.
It's not bad for $150. It's not bad.
I wouldn't spend $150 on it. I don't think it's laughable.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
There's masks still up there from Brass Eagle.
He certainly hasn't reposted it recently, so I don't know. I don't know. What's this one? $200 for slight padded vest, a camo vest, large camo belt pouch, 6-tube back mount belts, 2 4-tube back mount belts, 8 tubes.
I'm assuming that means pod.
Yeah, it means pods.
Is that your...
Shh, surprise. read that because I gotta.
Yes, I understand it. So 8 tubes, 2-tube hip belt mount, cleaning gear, 2 extended tank lines to mount tanks on back belts instead of on your gun, 4 tanks, 2 different style hoppers, 2 face masks, 3 paintball guns, 2 extra barrels. If you want specifics of brand, just ask, not listing them all. Will all come in a large duffel bag. Everything will need cleaned. Asking $200 for it all. You can't clean it before it comes to me. I'm supposed to spend $200 on all that crap, and you're not going to clean it for me?
Nope.
First of all, no one wants your tanks. Nobody wants your crappy masks.
Which all guns do they have there?
A spider. This is a spider, I believe.
It is, yeah.
A Titman of some sort with a lot of extra who's and what's if you're mag fed. A stock, a fancy barrel. I think that's a Titman. I think that's a Titman. And then there's some barrels in the back. But there's another gun. No, so there's 3 guns. So I think those are 2 Titmans and that's a spider. I mean, this is a nice pod pack. That's crappy. That hopper is crappy. Tank lines are always useful. I don't know how much they are because we don't typically run our tanks on it off of our guns.
It depends on what kind they are. They can be anywhere from like $15 to like $100.
I can't tell what kind of tanks those are.
Well, I'm quite certain those are the. Those are CO2 tanks. They don't have a nipple on them.
No one wants your CO2 tanks. No one wants your $5 masks. And nobody wants stuff that's not cleaned. It doesn't take a lot to clean equipment. When we getting it? When's it coming?
The 20th. And they gave me the information I need.
Oh, good. Then I don't have to walk to my doctor's appointment on the 22nd. Oh, whatever. It's not that far. It's like 3 seconds down the road if you drive.
What day is that?
The 20th?
Yeah.
It is a Wednesday.
Wednesday the 20th, eh?
We now have 2 people.
Woo! 2 people. Alright, well, I guess that was pretty much everything to make fun of anyway. Alright, so what I wanted to talk about today was the downfalls of being a ref. Loki, that toy is way too loud.
I'll take it for 110 max. Hi, Alex!
Loki, shh. You gotta stop, pup. Get a quieter toy.
You wanna play? Okay.
What was I saying?
The downfalls of being a ref is our topic of the night.
Yes, so over the weekend, I attempted to play paintball.
You did.
I attempted. Because, and I got to play 2 rounds, and then they're like, yeah, it's really busy. Can you be a ref right now?
I left before all of this happened.
So I mean, I made money, which is nice, but I didn't get to play, which is saddening. So I feel like that's like the 3rd time that's happened, right? If not more. So I feel like the only way to actually go and play without being interrupted is to go to a different, like we can't go to P3, we have to go to TRP or anywhere else. Because otherwise they're just going to rope me into being a ref, which is very saddening. It's very annoying. It's nice to get paid, but you know, I'm there to play, not to ref. So, you know, there's that. And that's my story. That's what I got. How do you feel?
I was annoyed because there were just so many speedballers on that day.
Go in disguise. I like it.
The big downfall for me is there are days that I just don't want to rap. And not even in regards to playing, although that has happened to you twice. Just, we had no plans of roughing this past weekend. And then at 7 p.m., 7:30 actually, on Saturday night, we were now roughing all day. And even though I had one party, and I love roughing, I like making a lot of money. I make more in my weekends than I probably do at my, my 40-hour a week job. And I don't have to deal with crap. But to not have a free weekend now ever after working.
Well, part of that, that's our fault. We told her we could work that day.
You told her apparently that we could work that day.
You told her first. You
yes,
messaged
it's
asking
my fault
about
because
it.
You asked me.
Yes, I did.
I shouldn't have.
Our fault.
It's our fault.
But Saturday, what I'm talking about is Saturday where we were there to play and I got roped into reffing. Sunday was a completely different story.
Yes. And I'm bitching because I can. I like reffing. I like Jen and Kivo. I like being at P3. I'm going to be there anyway. Might as well get paid for it. And I completely understand Kivo and Jen are there all the time. I don't think Jen leaves that place. Really, there should be a cot with her name on it. She should get a fancy special mattress with that cot, too.
There may be a cot with her name on it.
The downfall is that we're reliable, hardworking individuals, so they want us to have.
Curse me for being dependable.
Exactly, right? I think the problem was on Saturday is that 3 people told her that they could work on Saturday, and then when she needed them, they were like, F you, Jen, I'm not working. And because we were there, because we wanted to play, you got roped in. But that's money for us. That's money because I'm like...
Hi.
If you pay attention to the fields and who's on these fields playing, I don't think I've ever seen P3 on a very nice day, baby, off, not jammed packed full of people. So good for them that they have that many people. I don't think it was necessarily, fun to ref when you wanted to be there playing, and that's why I left. Because I knew someone was going to rope me into having to do something, and I just was not feeling it that day. My back hurt. All I wanted to do was start practicing for speedball because it was a nice day. I figured no one would really be on the speedball field, and there were just people who were, practicing for a tournament. So it's not fair when I'm just learning and starting out to take away their time when they paid to be there, and I didn't. And I wasn't using any. I was making no money for P3 being there. So the big perk is we get treated very well there. We have a say in a lot of things. They value our opinion, and we get paid very well. So those are the pluses of reffing. I wouldn't not ref. I enjoy it. But I don't enjoy it every weekend. Sometimes I'm tired. My job is stressful. It burns me out some days. Especially when I gotta go yell at people.
Yeah, man.
I'd rather shoot people than have to pay attention to idiots taking their masks off.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's the downfall is...
Are you
play
coming
without...
over then? Are you coming up here while you're on spring break, Bub?
What?
Alex, on the other hand, I got to play both days for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Spring break, baby.
Right.
Why is he not up here?
Because he lives down there.
So, he got a car.
Are you paying for him to get up here?
Free food. I'll make him breakfast and a free place
what about
to
the
stay.
other 2 meals?
I'll buy some Chick-fil-A for him once.
Okay.
I'll go to McDonald's and get him 20 nuggets for a quarter.
There you go, Alex. You'll get a breakfast cooked for you, a Chick-fil-A for lunch. You have to take care of your own dinner. Very nice. Very, very good. Very good.
My cuteness alone should be enough.
Uh-huh.
I make a good breakfast, too.
Yep.
Ask Dalton.
Why am I asking Dalton?
I've
had your breakfast.
You're so mean to me.
What? Why does that mean?
Like my breakfast isn't good enough, you fool.
You'll stop by in May when your semester ends. Oh, that's nice.
I'm holding
We'll
you
see.
to that.
She's gonna hold you
I'm
to
gonna
that.
hold you
I'm gonna say, Psh, yeah, okay, but she's gonna hold you
to it.
to
I'm
it.
gonna hold you to it.
But that's pretty much all I had to talk about. I don't really have much to talk about today. Anybody have anything to talk about? Eric says you can't compete with his breakfast burritos.
Sweetie, I've been cooking longer than you've been alive. And I can out-cook you any day of the week. The one thing I do is cook well. So I don't have a lot of talents.
I can think of a few. I'll stop by eventually after the semester. Now that is more believable. Ooh, fancy culinary school. I got stuff going on, everybody. I got stuff happening and going on. All of those things.
Yes, you do.
So Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
How is the danger?
Fingers crossed. We will have
what kind of stuff?
Exciting stuff. That's the word. Is that Wednesday is the day, and so hopefully by the time we come out to talk to you guys, it'll be a special occasion. It will be not the normal live video that we do.
You're gonna broadcast it from a different location?
I might.
You're gonna broadcast while...
I
don't want to give anything away to these people. I'm sure
it
half
will
them already know.
It will likely be not in this room, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to be far away, just not in this room.
Just not in this room.
So we won't have the fancy, paintball background, that sort of thing.
Well,
Look,
maybe
your
if
whines are very annoying.
you would have been nice and you would have let them clean your ears, you wouldn't have to be whining. Yeah? That's what I said. Alex asked how the Danger Man job.
How is the Danger? Well, I just had another article posted yesterday.
I know. Come on.
The first things to buy when getting into paintball for new players. I'm a fan of that article because I get asked all the time, or sometimes it's not asked so much as people say to me, "Oh, I'm so excited to go get my first gun." I'm like, no, just no. And so I've listed out, what you should get in order. I feel that my list is the best order, but you could certainly vary that 5. Number 1 is number 1. Like, there's no way around number 1. But the other 4, you could probably mix and match a little bit here and there. But now if people ask me, what should I go get? Or if someone says to me, I'm so excited to get my gun, I'll be like, no, read this article first. And rather than having to give them the whole spiel, read the article. So that, but I'm a fan of that article, and my next one will be a review of something. I haven't decided what I'm reviewing yet, because we only put them up every couple of weeks, so Yeah, now she's doing one on the bra, which we talked about before, and that one will have some video with it, and it'll have some pictures with it, and it's, I don't know, how's that coming along?
Well, I talked to another lady who plays speedball. Her opinion, because we were having a conversation about it, and I mentioned that I was writing this article, and we agreed on some things. I'm not going to ruin anything, but...
But how's the article coming?
Oh, the article's all up in here.
Ah, so in other words, it hasn't come at all.
The article will come out when the article comes out. Done. You'll just have to stay tuned.
So Alex says he's not sure he would put a fancy tank before a marker, but to each his own. So I'm not... Fancy tank is a strong word. But... So I felt the same, Alex. I worked with an aluminum tank for a good while. What was that, 2 years? I think it was about 2 years before we went and got a carbon fiber. And
you got yours before I got mine.
Right. I know that. And just like, I was like, well, how much of a difference could it be? And then when I finally got one, I was like, holy crap, this is a huge difference. And, you know, you can obviously have more air. It's lighter. And in my opinion, you're better off using the field rental with a lighter, better, bigger tank, you know, than a gun, especially depending on the field. So, for example, at P3, I mean, they use GOG enemies. So, not that that's the greatest gun in the world, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And, I mean, at Reaper Siege, that's what I used. I used an enemy. So
he basically says anything non-aluminum is fancy.
Ah, okay. Well, okay. Well, sure. I mean, if that's how you're going to put it, then
but
yes, you need a fancy tank
aluminum,
first.
and that's what they want to roll.
I mean, if you're running, you know, a stock in a through stock, then that's what you use anyway. Or just MagFed in general, you really don't need a carbon fiber because you don't need as much air. But even then, it's still lighter. Carbon fibers are so much lighter. Even as I run, when I do MagFed eventually, I'm still going to use my carbon fiber tank because why wouldn't you? It's so much lighter. But yes, masks, no question, faux show. What about the other three? Did you agree with the other three? Speaking of MagFed, the TMC is a pain to put back together. I have little to no doubt of that. And that's one reason I have not gotten into MagFed in the past, is I'm told they're much harder to take care of. It's gonna cost. Why is it gonna cost more in the long run to use the field rental? I'm confused by that. Please explain this to me.
Because you have to pay for rental equipment.
Well, yeah, but even if you don't have a tank and a gun, you got to rent one of them. Also, plus, I played with the TMC only once, or one day, but I really liked it, other than the fact it didn't shoot first strikes. I thought it was a wonderful little gun. And by little, I mean, you know, light but large. But as far as your point there, unless you buy both a tank and a gun, you have to rent one of them.
Okay.
Right?
I guess so, yes.
So for that particular reason, a gun versus a tank doesn't matter, because either way you're going to have to rent equipment, unless you buy both. You was going to talk to PTM about making a mod for it. I wasn't. You were. I told you to talk to them. I'm not talking to them about it for you. You have their information. Contact them.
Oh, see, for him, a case of paint. For Alex, a case of paint.
Rental admission costs more than own equipment admission. That's true. Also, at my field, a case of paint is $80 for rentals versus $50 for your own equipment.
So, it's a big difference.
That is a big... So, is it... Loki, what are you doing? What's he using?
Loki, baby, come. Loki, touch.
So, it's $50 if you own your equipment no matter what? Like... even if you're not a member or something, like that's just the price if you bring your own equipment.
Loki, babe, where you are?
Because that's
There you are.
your field is so weird because
What you doing?
usually paint sales are how they make their money. So at least with the rental, they're getting some sort of income. So usually they would charge less if you bring your own equipment. They would want to make as much money off you as they can. That's really weird. So, your field is weird. So, I don't know. So, last week I talked a little bit about the nasty comments I get on Reddit, which I'm sure everyone does. But someone asked a question. They commented on the Reddit video, and it said, does your field not count gun hits? Because in my field, you would have been out a long time ago. Which is, legit. A lot of fields do count gun hits. And I commented back, there is no field in the Pittsburgh area that counts gun hits, because there isn't. They do for speedball or for tournaments, and that's it. And that comment, my response to his question, got downvoted like 8 times. It's not my fault. I'm not the one who decides whether or not gun hits count. Did you dislike the fact that I answered the question, or... What were they disliking? I don't understand that.
But to the response of Alex's question for the FSR mod, go to Danger Man Layer's website and read my article about PTM's new piece.
He knows what it is. I don't know if he's read the article, but he knows what PTM is. Noise. I also recommend chopping off the stock. Search for Artwood on YouTube. He has a nice TMC. Artwood could suck it. No, actually, he's good. He does good videos. And he's got this weird... it's like this... it's a camera stand that comes out from behind him and goes up above him. And like, it moves as he moves, and so it gets really cool views of him. It's really weird, and I really like it. He makes really good videos.
Okay.
It looks like a really big tail that comes up behind him and wraps over.
I thought that was that guy with the paintball shenanigan guy.
No,
because the paintball shenanigan has that guy that has. I thought his.
You're incorrect. But they are both in England, so they've played together.
Well, then you've seen him. Is he the? I swear I've seen that guy on.
You may have. But they're not regulars together.
Okay, that doesn't mean they haven't played together, and I've seen the guy with the big tube with the camera connected to it.
It's a gimbal. He has a very relaxing voice. Okay. I guess that's one reason to watch his paintball videos. That's what we just said. He's way behind the times here.
He is. Yellow guy?
Yeah, that's the yellow one. That's his gamer tag. He's yellow guy. That's what he goes by. It's not. He goes by yellow guy because he dresses in yellow.
Okay. Does he know a monkey named George?
What's up, pup? What are you whining about?
That should be his barrel bag. A Curious George barrel bag.
Okay. You met yellow guy. Cool. Was he everything I dreamed of? It depends on the field and the type of yellow, and also it's mostly just splatter, I think. But he wears a different type of yellow than most paintballs are, and I don't know if in England they use yellow a lot. I think they use more white there. You were gonna say something? You said
I did say
as if you were preparing.
I was gonna
words.
prepare to say something, but I didn't really have a segue to something. I just had thought of something. I think it stirred from Kilo 69 that I wanted to mention, but I don't have a lead way into it, so it's just kind of random, and I didn't want to just say something random, so I stopped myself.
And that led into a whole big story. Okay, then.
It wasn't a big story.
Well, I got nothing else for the night, so unless you guys got anything, that's it. It was a short day. But next week will be exciting. I'm excited for next week. I'm super excited for next week. As should everyone else be.
I know Loki is we're all excited about it.
Loki is very excited about puppy mode. Are you excited about puppy mode?
Do you want to go in puppy mode?
Are you ready for puppy mode?
This would be more enjoyable if they saw his
Yeah.
reaction.
He's very cute with his reaction to.
Do you
to
like puppy mode?
Are you ready for puppy mode?
Are you ready for puppy mode?
Do you want puppy mode?
Do you want to tell the people that you want puppy mode? Tell them you want puppy mode.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, and be ready for the excitement next week.
Be ready for puppy mode.
Be ready for puppy mode.
Bye.
Wait, we have one last question. Is there any exciting news in the paintball world as a whole? Extravaganza happened recently. So I will answer that first before we sign out. The only exciting news I think you would already know. So,
But speaking of extravaganza, leads into Danger Man, and I want to plug this event because it's important to me. So there's an event happening on the 23rd of this month. Danger Man is set to attend it and be a celebrity, a celebrity at the event. The person who wrote Deadpool is going to be there as well. And it's a paintball, not a scenario, but played in the scenario style, so it's an all-day event. And it supports autism awareness. So if you're in the Baltimore area or anywhere close to the Baltimore area and you're not doing anything, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, go see Danger Man. Go see the guy that wrote Deadpool. Go shoot people and support autism or
why
autism
would we want
awareness.
to support autism?
We want to support autism awareness.
I'm aware of it.
I don't know what field it is. I don't remember that.
What's the name of it?
I don't remember. I just know it's
Very
an autism
good. That's
event.
a great
If you go to dangermanlayer.com, he has all of the information. But support autism awareness because not a lot of people understand, and there's so many different levels of it. So if you're able to do that, whoever is watching, and you're able to make it to the event, I know I didn't give a lot of details. I'm not very good at that apparently. But
You
go
don't
to
even know the name of it.
I don't know it's like I don't know the name of it because it just said
Well,
support
look it up.
awareness.
Look up the name or where the field it's at.
Just know
Okay,
the
so in answer to
location.
your question, Alex, I think the only new things you're already going to be aware of. So, obviously, the Vegas Open happened. I think was it Dynasty that won that? Eric, you know who won. Tell me who won. So at Paintball Extravaganza, we saw the release of the
Okay, I got it.
the G-Tech 170R, which is just the G-Tech 160R updated. They got rid of the AT, put it all through the back, which is nice. And then the 170, the G-Tech M170R will be coming out soon. They displayed that, just the mechanical version of it. And the MG100, the EMEC MG100 was shown off there as well, which is the mag-fed EMEC. so that's due to come out soon too. So that's kind of the news. I don't know. There's not really much more than that going on.
Okay, so I figured it out. So it's called Paint for Awareness. It is at Pasadena.
Impact One. There you go. Impact One.
Pasadena Paintball Park in Curtis Bay, Maryland, just outside of Baltimore. The phone number to that park is 410-439-0039. You can also sign up on dangermanlayer.com. There's going to be a big raffle. The Deadpool writer is bringing stuff. Danger Man is bringing dye stuff as well. So you can participate in the raffle. It's basically just a big free-for-all, go shoot people. It's all day. You can go on as a walk-on, so it's not a traditional scenario from what it is on Danger Man's lair. But
Hey, pup.
being a teacher, having a friend whose husband has autism, I fully support awareness for it, and I think a lot of people should support it as well.
I'm aware of it. Do the proceeds go to something?
Yes, the Kennedy Krieger Institute.
Which does what?
I believe it's in a school for children who have autism.
Okay. So it's not for awareness, it's for...
It's actually going to an institute to help
Yeah, so that does something.
children and adults who have autism.
Okay. Cool. I'm also excited for the MG100. That's what I plan on getting for us for the MagFed tournament. Because we obviously don't have MagFeds currently. And that's going to be a good transition for us because we both use the EMEC. So we're both familiar with it, and it's going to be cheap and reliable, and it kind of, because of the way they don't actually have a stock on there, it's designed just around the EMEC. It should be a good transition for us, so I'm pretty excited about it too. As far as Colin, are you expecting you to drive?
Because he said, I might make the trip for it for a good cause.
No, Instagram did not get back to me on or at least I haven't seen any notifications about it, so no, they haven't gotten back to me. Well, once again, I am out of stuff to talk about. Anything else, anybody? Any other questions? Did I miss any news that happened? Because that's all I know of recently. Well, I'm not in any hurry for it. Instagram is much less important to me than, YouTube or whatever else. Because you don't make any money off of it, so... Oh, that's true. There was 50 cal first strike rounds at Paintball Extravaganza. I forgot about those. Those are pretty neat. I mean, if you're a first strike fan, not that I have anything against first strike, other than there's one thing I have against first strike, and I'm not sure that I'm right on this, but so first strike is made out of a different material than normal paintballs are.
Okay.
I believe it's a plastic, which means it's not biodegradable. Paintballs they'll degrade in the rain. They just go right away. There's non-toxic, everything like that. First strike rounds are, as far as I know, plastic, which means that now you got a bunch of paintballs or first strikes just laying around, and I'm not a fan of that. So, there's that. Yeah.
I'm sure Elon Musk will fix that.
I don't think Elon Musk even knows paintball exists.
Well, maybe you should write a letter to Elon Musk. Elon Musk apparently just fixes things.
And Alex, it could be biodegradable. I'm not exactly sure. So correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody look it up. Feel free to tell me that I'm wrong. But as far as understand, it's a plastic, so it's not biodegradable. But I mean, if it is, great, then I have absolutely nothing against first strike, other than it's, obviously really expensive, but whatever. What'd you look up there?
So PB Nation, this was from 2015, so they may have changed, but this was the first article that came up. And I think where did it go? Because this is a forum from PB Nation. It said something to the fact that a field chose not to use them because of their non-biodegradable status. And now I can't find that here. So this is from TNT Paintball. This was posted on May 18th, 2015, and it says, well, they were recently banned in the UK because they didn't meet the fragility requirements. If chronoed appropriately, they are not going to hit harder than a paintball. If you get hit the moment it leaves the barrel.
We know all that.
It says we don't allow them due to the non-biodegradable aspect of the tail end.
Right.
So it's the tail end.
Yeah. So the tail end is plastic. So this thing that I have up right now is photodegradable, which is capable of being broken down to the action of light, especially sunlight. This is due to how polystyrene shells break down due to additives added that causes the first strike to decay more rapidly in the presence of light and oxygen. Moisture and heat may help too. So the problem with that is that polystyrene is not degradable as far as I know. So what it says, what it's meaning by that,
just because they're
not
photo
that it's,
doesn't mean they're bio.
That doesn't mean that it's that it's going away. You know, like wood actually goes away or anything like that. What it means is that it's breaking apart into tiny little pieces that you can't actually see anymore. So that's the difference between photodegradable and biodegradable. Biodegradable is it gets basically recycled by nature into something else. Photodegradable just means that it falls apart in the sunlight. Like if you leave, I don't know, like a plastic sled, you know, for sled riding out in the sun over a couple of years, or a pool, one of those little kiddie pools or anything in the sun, and then you hit it and it breaks apart. Yeah, that's because it's photodegradable. It just becomes brittle in the sun.
And that apparently, what I read prior to the biodegradable, apparently was incorrect. That they were not banned in the UK. Gotta love forums, but essentially, people are not using them because they are not biodegradable. It's not about their insurance. They choose not to because they don't biodegrade.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of that by any means. One reason I don't mind just throwing paintballs around is because they're not plastic and they will go away. So, if you care about the planet, you might want to use less first strikes.
But I think most people use less first strikes. I don't think you're going to go and shoot as much round balls.
Well, by less, I mean not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Create your own biodegradable first strike.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, that's all I got. So, unless there's, I'll give it another 10 or 20 seconds to see if there's any last questions. But otherwise, we're out. We're out of here. I see nothing. You see nothing. We see nothing. Oh, wait.
Well, we got a side note.
There's a side note here. I'm waiting. Waiting on the side note. Still waiting on the side note.
Maybe it's a long side note.
Longest side note in the world.
Colin's got a lot of side.
Ideas for the channel. Well, that's something that you can just message me on. You don't need to say it on here. So, Colin, feel free to just
side note.
Either text me or message me about your side note there. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.